Alright, what's going on guys, Rising here, and today we have the best day 1 class setup for Advanced Warfare. Now we all know that Advanced Warfare is a new installment within the Call of Duty franchise, which brings brand new mechanics and features that we have never seen before. One of those new features is the Pick 13 system. Now the Pick 13 system is a remake of the Black Ops 2 Pick 10. This class setup is centered around the best weapon, attachments, and perks within Advanced Warfare to give you that day 1 advantage over the competition. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. But the first thing you're going to want to do is equip the Bal-27. Now the Bal-27 is a fully automatic assault rifle which has the best fire rate within its class. There's also a very unique feature about this weapon. This weapon fires faster over time, so that means the longer you hold the trigger down, the faster the fire rate is going to get. But I'm going to give you guys one quick tip with this weapon. Since it has that increased fire rate over time, you're going to want to burst fire this weapon at distance. So if you're engaged with somebody that's far out, burst fire it, keep that fire rate down, keep your accuracy on point, and you're going to win more gunfights. But now we're going to move on to the attachments. The first attachment that we're going to be talking about is Stalk. The Stalk allows you to move faster while aiming down sights, which is going to give you that added mobility while strafing, which is going to allow you to win a lot more gunfights than you normally would. I'm a big fan and a big supporter of Stalk, and I run it on every single one of my classes. This is definitely a go-to attachment. Now the second attachment we're going to be using is the Suppressor. Now the Suppressor is a long-time favorite of mine, and it definitely is a go-to attachment. It makes you invisible on the enemy minimap while firing. So if you're the type of player that likes to stick to the outside or likes to try to get the flank on, this is definitely going to be the attachment you're going to want to use. We have one more attachment to equip, so that means we're going to have to use the wildcard Primary Gunfighter. But Primary Gunfighter allows you to use 3 attachments instead of using 2. So the last attachment we're going to be using is Extended Mags, which is going to give you increased round capacity for each magazine. But now onto the perks. For tier 1, we're going to be using an old perk but with a new name. It's called Low Profile. It makes you invisible to UAVs, tracking grounds, and the EXO ability. And we all know with a new game that everyone loves to spam UAVs. This is going to help you stay off the enemy minimap to help you continue on those longer streaks. We're also only going to be using one tier 2 perk. It's a new one called Peripherals. It increases the minimap coverage, and you can take out enemies without displaying their death locations. One of the best tools a player can have is to know where the enemy is at. What better way to know where the enemy is at than to have a bigger minimap? So Peripherals is definitely going to be a top tier perk. But now we're going to move on to the third tier perks. Now, the third tier perks are arguably the best perks within the game, so you do have a little competition here. The first perk is going to be Scavenger. The Scavenger is going to allow you to start with extra magazines, and it's going to allow you to resupply bullet ammo from fallen enemies. So if you see yourself going on long streaks and running out of ammo, you're definitely going to want to equip Scavenger. So for the second perk in tier 3, we're going to be using one called Blast Suppressor. Blast Suppressor is a new perk, and it allows you to stay invisible on the minimap while performing EXO moves. Advanced Warfare is built around these EXO suits, which allow you to become a superhuman. It allows you to jump higher, it allows you to boost, it allows you to dash, it allows you to slam on the ground and kill people. And while performing these actions, you're going to ping on the minimap every time. The Blast Suppressor is going to allow you to stay invisible on the minimap so the enemies will not know where you're at. Last but not least are the kill streaks. We're going to be using 3 to wrap up our 13 points. Number 1 is going to be the UAV, which is an unmanned aerial vehicle that shows enemies on the minimap. Number 2 is the Aerial Assault Drone, a small manual piloted aerial drone with a high explosive charge that can be detonated on command. This is pretty much like a quad rotor from Black Ops 2. But last but not least is the System Hack, an anonymous cyber attack that disables enemy HUD, radar, and reticules. This is more or less an EMP. Now that we have used the 13 points within our Pick 13 system, feel free to let me know down in the comments below on if this class has helped you become an expert within Advanced Warfare. And also feel free to let me know if there's any weapon out there that you want me to make a best class setup for. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. But it's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and until the next time, this is Rising out. Peace!